Alright, so I went ahead and got the clump foliage put down on here. You can kind of take a look. It's looking much better than it was. I was a little skeptical last video, and I apologize for the way that I shot the other few videos. Before I put them on my computer, I didn't realize it was going to look completely sideways. So I'll be shooting in landscape now. Hopefully that'll be a little bit easier. So you can kind of see this is just clump foliage on top of what I already did. And I'm just getting ready to hit them with some more of the flock. Right here we got some kind of fluffy turf, kind of some medium turf going on there. It's kind of going to blend in, I think, with the rocks. We're going to mix that with a little bit of some static grass. You guys can see what kind of color that is. And then here we have my two other flock types. I like to mix those together to get kind of a nice average here. You can kind of see it's kind of an average color. That's kind of what I did here. You can see some of the what's it called? Different terrain types I used, different colors of flock and everything. Again, this is just kind of my test piece to see what I liked, what looked good, and see what I really wanted to apply to the main board here. So I'm definitely thinking some minor foliage gonna add in here. Gonna toss it underneath the bocage and really kind of blend it in from just straight, clump foliage into the rocks. You'll still probably notice some, hot glue strings on here. Those are gonna be cleaned up when we get flocked and get everything on there, because it doesn't look that great when you flock it. As you notice, the earlier ones are cleaned up just to get more. Love my hot glue, but those strings are killer. So I'm going to go ahead and try this out and hopefully come up with a nice flock mix that makes this look really good. Okay, I finished up the bocage. This is what, so far, I'm going with the final product. So just to give you kind of a nice close look. You can kind of see what I did earlier. Got some nice basing around there, some really different vegetation. Make it look nice and natural. Really mixing it up. You can still kind of see the grit through there, the ballast I mean. Looks pretty good on the rock base. Again, I think I'm pretty happy with that. Gonna give you a nice little walk around here. Goes here on the back. I have two kind of open gates. Okay, check that out. Sorry for the shadows. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Definitely much better than I was expecting. So that is bocage done. Next, I think we're going to go ahead and flock that field and get that all ready to go. Alright, here's the next step of our bocage board. So I went ahead and got the field flocked and a little bit of the front grass area. Just give you kind of a better look. Then I experimented with different types of kind of ground texture. Over here we have static grass. I was trying to use this for maybe like a dried riverbed over here, and this would be kind of the weeds or tall grass growing around that. And this will probably run all the way up and around following that border. Just kind of want to get a feel for how that looked. And you can kind of see how the flocking and everything turned out. This is using a mixture of kind of the coarse turf, fine turf, and some other flocking. I believe I used Woodland Scenics, Gale Force 9, and I think that was about it. Static Grass is Gale Force 9, and the other stuff is Woodland Scenics. That's that. When I was doing this, you just do some watered down PVA glue, and then you kind of sprinkle flock over it. I just mix it up in these bowls over here, and then use a spoon to apply it, just kind of shake it out over it. What I did is I went ahead and left some of these areas unglued to kind of have the baseboard show through some dirt patches. It says, in like a muddy terrain field, there's going to be tanks and everything rolling through this. It's not going to be perfectly grassy the whole way through. So I think that looked pretty good. Just kind of, if you're trying to do that as well, make it pretty much random. I would just kind of take random shapes or whatever and just not glue that section. So I thought that turned out well. These weeds I think are okay. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about them. Maybe when the board's more complete, it'll kind of come together more. And I think I want to seal out these edges a little bit. These look a little sloppy to me, so I'll probably take care of that. And you can kind of see how it blends in with the bocage and everything. Pretty smooth, nice and fine. Looks good. Alright, so that will be it for part 2. Part 3, I hope to start working on the village that's going to go up top. Maybe do some more flocking, get some more coverage down, and get something done with this dried up riverbed. Alright.